Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Bad Calls, Balls, and Brawls. It's your girl, 305 Sports Babe, my co-host, Miami Lou. And it has been a wild, wild week in Miami sports. Talking about the Dolphins, like, where did CHUBB come from? But we are sure excited to have him come down to Miami. Did not see that one coming. I know we were all worried about possibly losing Gesicki. We did, obviously have to lose Chase Edmonds, and we'll talk about that later. But I'm feeling extra chubby this week. I know I had Burger King last night, but I'm feeling extra chubby tonight.
I'm always feeling chubby. So welcome to CHUBB. Welcome to Miami, Bradley CHUBB.
No, it's a good addition. And obviously, we come off a win against the Detroit Lions. It should have been a lot easier than it was, but it wasn't at all. We ended up trailing that game 0-14 in the first, which was really, really scary. And, going into Chicago this week, I know everyone's saying, don't worry about Chicago, but I take it week by week. And I know we'll talk about more about that game coming up as well. Mm-hmm. We also have our Miami Heat, slow start, but two big wins this week against,
we'll get into that. That's,
Warriors and.
Yeah. You want to talk about the Dolphins game, or you want to talk about the trade first? What do you want to talk about?
Oh my gosh, I get to choose? Anything but the Marlins. Let's go. All right.
Well, the Marlins did have a press conference. I don't know why they would do a press conference when the World Series is going on.
Because they want to steal the attention.
Steal what?
It's kind of like Tom Brady, goes and announces he's coming out of retirement during when
he did it during March Madness.
Exactly. So there's a timing for everything.
Let's recap the game. I mean,
last week we had a special guest join us on the show. Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yeah, I know you went in the back room to get somebody, right. And Macho Man Randy Savage came out.
Fantastic. Sorry I missed that.
Yeah. I think you would have liked him. I feel like you and him have so many similarities.
You got a cool beard going on.
Yeah, but you and him are very much alike. And so Macho Man Randy Savage was on the show last week, and he actually did predict that the Dolphins were going to win. His prediction was a larger gap in score, but he did predict a win.
Okay, well, it sounds like we're going to have him back on because, if he's predicting scores right, we might have to have him back as a recurring guest, it looks like.
Definitely. So let's talk about the game. I feel like it was so long ago, and I know you missed it live. You were working, so you were in and out of the game, and then we obviously recorded it for you. But going into that game, obviously in Detroit, we had a lot of fans go out there. It's a city that I'm not dying to go to, so it wasn't like one on our list, but we had a nice following there. And go to Chicago, Tua's back, and did not start good, right? 2 early touchdowns for Detroit, and we're like, oh my goodness, what is happening in Motown?
Yeah, look, the Lions are 1-5 going into the game. They're not a particularly good team, but they played teams tough, including the undefeated Eagles, which we'll talk about later.
I don't want to.
Well, they beat them. The Eagles just barely beat them 38-35. Yeah. They gave up a lot of points as well, just like we did. But look, the Lions fight. They're in games. The record isn't reflective as to how well they're coached. Dan Campbell obviously is familiar to a lot of Dolphin fans.
Yep.
And he coaches them up good. They actually have some good wide receivers. They're a little hurt. They were a little hurt going into last week. And their defense is kind of, deteriorated a little bit. But they're a team that fights. But it was a tough game. It was almost kind of similar to the Baltimore game where we fell behind a lot. We were down 21-7. And then we had a big second half. So it was kind of familiar to that game, kind of reminded me of that one. And, hey, we pulled it out. It's all you want. Get that W, especially on the road.
Definitely. No, it was a battle. It wasn't a comfortable game. It shouldn't have been that close, but it was. But at the end of the day, we won. Tua looked decent. Tua looked good. Somebody asked me, what was his best performance so far this year? It was that fourth quarter in Baltimore. Fourth quarter in Baltimore.
Yeah, but this is right there. This is the second.
He looked good.
The stats: 29-36, 382 yards. I mean, and 3 touchdowns. So no interceptions, no fumbles. He took a sack here or there, but he didn't give the ball up. He's gonna have to.
He's a quarterback.
Yeah, it's fine, but he didn't get the ball up, which is huge. And then what more can you say about Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? I mean,
they're the best. They
are the best duo for sure going on right now
in the NFL history. In NFL history,
I don't know, it's a little too early to say that, but
mark my words,
they are putting up stats like they were.
Yeah.
So Tyreek again did the heavy lifting in this game. 12 receptions, 188 yards, no scores, but Jalen Waddle had 2 scores, and he also had over 100 yards. The third touchdown went to Gesicki for the third straight week. Gesicki scores, a touchdown. So after not being used the proper way, He scored touchdowns the last 3 games. So the offense is definitely clicking all cylinders. Tua's doing a tremendous job. And again, these 2 wide receivers are outstanding, tremendous. The Dolphins just hit a home run getting these 2 guys on the team.
No, I agree completely. And you see these defenses on these other teams trying to double team Tyreek. But of course, we know that's leaving other people open, and the other people are performing as needed. So it's working out to our benefit.
Absolutely. It's pick your poison. I think our good friend Derek did he put something out there. He posted something. I forget the stat now, but I believe it's that Tyreek has got more 160-yard receiving games. I think it's the number 6 in the first 9 games, in more than Mark Duper, which is second in that, first in that category. He's got more than him this season already than Duper had his entire career with the Dolphins. So it's remarkable what he's doing. He's on pace for 2,000 yards. He's at 974, I believe, right now. He's just, you can't stop him. They can't stop him. It's incredible.
Yeah, and there is this curse that people have talked about when people come to Miami. It's the end of your career. I can name like 5 players off the top of my head.
Mike Wallace comes to mind right there.
Cortland Finnegan, Dustin Keller. I mean, the whole list of people. I know they're not big names. They were just transitional and stuff.
They weren't projected to be big, have big careers. Mike Wallace was a guy that came from Pittsburgh with a resume that was supposed to do well, and he was
so actually garbage. Fun story about him. You don't even know about this. I was a huge Mike Wallace fan before he came to Miami. When he got to Miami, I was one of the first people to get his jersey. I still have his number 11 jersey, Wallace, in my closet. Haven't worn it in years, and I never will again.
Yeah.
Other jerseys I have that you don't know about: Deion Jordan.
Oh.
Kiko Alonso.
Where is that? Well, Kiko I like, but Deion Jordan.
I have Deion Jordan. Let me tell you some of my jerseys. So obviously I have old school. I have Dan Marino, which I cut it. Dan would definitely appreciate what I did to his jersey. I have Jason Taylor. I have 2. I have, and I know I'm looking at that. I want that to make it into.
No, you're not touching this with any scissors.
Whenever Lou has shirts that I want, I just not Lorena. I just
don't Lorena bob at my jerseys.
I saw a video. I think it was on TikTok of a Halloween prank of a woman. She put, "Good evening, Mark. What's up? Hello. Welcome to happy hour. We're not drinking. Hopefully, maybe you are.
I am.
Oh, you're drinking your water.
Cheers, guys. Not water.
Hey guys, drop in the comment box what Dolphins jerseys you have. Lou and I lived together for over a year now, and I'm just finally telling him what jerseys I have because they're all in storage.
Oh.
So I have a Kiko Alonso jersey, Mike Wallace jersey, Tua jersey. How many people get the? It's funny you said that because that happened when I was very, very young, and I learned her story. And now, anytime I get mad, I say, "I'm gonna Lorena bob at you." But no, it would happen in the early 90s.
I would say, early 90s. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if she was crazy or a genius, but whatever the situation may be.
Don't get
none of that.
Don't even put that out there.
Anyways, no. So Dolphins came off a win. Definitely helps. We obviously are above 500 going into Chicago this week. Earlier in the week, first of all, Lou and I are going to the game. We're excited. We leave tomorrow to head to Chicago. We will talk about that.
Earlier, like a big trade did happen.
Wait, hold on. I just want to give a weather forecast update. Chicago, originally this week, the weather on Sunday was supposed to be like 40 degrees, 50-mile-an-hour winds, and raining. I'm happy to say that it is now 65 degrees there and sunny for Sunday. So we are not going to be Buffalo, good or bad. We're going in with good weather.
Yeah.
So anyways, also this week what happens is we're having a regular week, busy watching Heat games, and ESPN breaks. That noise either makes me cringe or gets me excited. So when I hear that noise, I look, and it says Dolphins acquired Bradley Chubb. I was going to say Braden Chubb. Bradley Chubb, right? I was like, wait, what? Like, that wasn't even rumored to even happen. I know other teams were looking at him, and when that happened, everything just stopped.
Well, the Dolphins were in contact with a lot of teams. The trade deadline, of course, was on that day, and so a lot of players moved. A lot of
movement.
Correct. Yeah. The Bears actually that were going up there, they got a wide receiver who's not projected to do as well there, but they got rid of 2 of their top defensive players, which we'll talk about that later. But so yeah, there was some movement on the day that the trade deadline. So And yeah, the Dolphins got two huge players.
And Mark mentions Denver. Denver, man, after signing Russell Wilson, I thought and everyone did, obviously you sign Russell Wilson, you think new start, quarterback, great reputation. It has been disastrous in Denver. It really hasn't. It's disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, they're in a tough division too. The Raiders, I think the Broncos are probably happy for the Raiders because the Raiders are a complete mess. The Raiders can't get, they got shut out against the Saints.
Wow.
The Raiders are just a complete disaster. Which is surprising because Josh McDaniels, that had so much success with the Patriots, is their coach, and he just hasn't been able to right that ship at all.
Yeah.
But Wilson going to Denver, he's an aging quarterback, a good quarterback, Hall of Famer. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Good guy, supports Children's Hospital, beautiful wife. There's a lot going on. He just
has not been able to get it together. And he's unfortunately in that division with two young stars in Mahomes and Herbert.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough for them to justify and find this way out of it. But their loss is our gain because of signing Wilson and his ineptitude with the team so far, they decided to kind of get rid of one of their best players to justify that contract. And luckily for us, Bradley Chubb falls right on our lap, and we'll take him. We needed it. This past game against the Lions, we only got one sack.
Yeah.
It's been pretty much the story of our season. We can't put any pressure on the quarterback, and I can't think of too many more guys better than Bradley Chubb at putting pressure on a quarterback and getting to a quarterback and getting sacked. So a tremendous trade for us.
You talk about quarterbacks getting sacked. I remember watching the Cincinnati game with you. We did not pressure that
Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Not even once. Joe Burrow was Joe Cool that game. And granted, he's a good quarterback, right? But he had all the time in the world doing his thing, and I want more from Jalen Phillips, right? Jalen Phillips needs to be in there more,
right?
But we always can't depend on him as well. So Chubb,
you need somebody on both sides, and plus you can't be out there every play. So you need little breathers here and there. And if one of those guys is always on the field at one time, you're set up nicely because they're both such great pass rushers that it's going to help. And to your point, Burrow was the most sacked quarterback. He's still one of the most sacked quarterbacks this season so far. Yeah. And we didn't do anything to him. So we needed a guy to come out here. And Bradley Chubb, like I said, is that guy. And a lot of people also, I heard, well, we gave up a first-round pick. Who cares?
Mean nothing.
Who cares?
Statistically speaking, granted, okay, let me rewind a little bit. Jalen Waddle was an amazing pick. I'm very happy about Jalen Phillips. But statistically speaking, the Dolphins do not draft well.
Right. Well, you just mentioned one of the worst picks in the Deion Jordan. I don't know why you have his jersey, but Deion Jordan is a perfect example. We drafted him 3rd overall, and he was the epitome of a bust.
Minkah
Fitzpatrick is actually a good player. Yeah. We traded him because we were tanking at that point.
Yeah.
So Minkah was solid.
Mark makes a good point though. Bradley Chubb has not lived up to his draft status. Change of scenery could help him.
Yeah, well, no, I think he has. He's got 20. Here's the numbers on him. He was a first-round pick, 5th overall. Yeah. He's got 26 sacks.
Where did he come from?
He came from NC State.
Okay.
So the Wolfpack. Not traditionally big college school, but he dominated, at that level. He had 10 sacks in both his junior and senior year. And look, he's got 26 sacks to date. He's 26 years old, 4 seasons in. He's already got a Pro Bowl under his belt.
Yeah.
A guy that it's not so much registering a sack. It's about putting pressure to the quarterback. And look, our secondary, we've had so many injuries between Brandon Jones, Nick Needham. Obviously Byron Jones hasn't been in the game so far. X has missed a game. So how does the secondary get better? You get a guy like Bradley Chubb to rush the quarterback, and even if he doesn't get the sack, he's going to make that quarterback get rid of the ball quicker. And it's going to open it up. Exactly. It's going to open up for our secondary to make plays and have interceptions. So
exactly. So it's a good pickup.
Tremendous.
I'm excited.
Tremendous.
So in that, obviously with all these movements, we did lose Chase Edmonds, and how I'm a little disappointed about that, right? Like when we signed Chase Edmonds, I was pretty excited about him. I know there was a lot of those signings in that group that came. Him, Sony Michel, Mohamed Sanu. Mostert, it seemed like they all kind of grouped in almost together, and I was really, really excited for them. So out of that whole group, Mohamed Sanu, Sony Michel.
Well, they got cut. They didn't.
I know. So I'm saying, but when those 4, what I'm saying is when those 4 names came in our lap,
right?
Sony Michel, Mohamed Sanu, Mostert, and Chase Edmonds, I was excited about all of them, right? Especially Mohamed Sanu, Jersey guy, Rutgers, all that stuff. And then Sanu and Michel don't even make it past camp. So I'm like, oh man. So then we end up keeping Chase Edmonds and Mostert. And I was more excited about Chase Edmonds. And Chase had three first good games, and then he started like falling off the train. And then Mostert has stepped up tremendously. He is the fastest guy on the team. They have proven this. He's faster than Tyreek and also Jalen. And Mostert's not scared to run it. And our running game, statistically speaking, has not been strong.
It is not.
Right? So Mostert has been getting those quick runs, those 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-yard runs to make the difference between a first down and not.
Right.
So unfortunately, Chase Edmonds, and we had a conversation of this in the car just a little bit ago when we came here, that, like these guys, it's at the end of the day, these guys are human, right?
Mm.
You move somewhere, you get established, and then all of a sudden you get a call saying you got to leave or whatever. And it is a lot, but that's part of the game. And that's part of the game, that's part of the thing. But it is sad. So,
well, look, Chase Edmonds was not doing his job, okay? Yeah. He did start off the first 2 games. He did well, but then he started dropping passes, flat out dropping passes.
I remember the one in the end zone.
And he was not as good a runner as Mostert
of course.
And then, look, the bigger thing is also has to do with the system.
Yeah.
He played in Arizona last year.
Yep.
He was in a system with a guy like Kyler Murray, who was a quarterback that was run heavy, can get out the pocket and create stuff. And a lot of his passes to Edmonds were probably off a broken play where he's rolling out and dumping it off.
Yeah.
Tua is not that kind of a quarterback. Neither is Teddy, neither is Skylar Thompson. They're not quarterbacks that are fleet of foot that can get out the pocket like Kyler Murray. Yeah. So maybe Chase Edmonds was not didn't work here because the ball was coming at him in one dimension and he's not, getting the extra yardage where, the quarterback's rolling out and feeding him. So that's something to do with it.
So we lost him.
But we got Jeff Wilson. So Jeff Wilson's a guy that we trade from the 49ers. He's familiar with Mike McDaniel's offense.
Obviously,
he was there last year. So it's a guy that I think will be a better fit. And he hasn't caught the ball that many times this year, but he's rushed for 492 yards with the Niners. And he's a guy that's going to, be an insurance policy with Mostert.
No, definitely. And we'll see what happens. So we know CHUBB comes in. CHUBB wears number 2.
Yeah.
About that. Literally, we lose Chase Edmonds, number 2. CHUBB comes, takes number 2. So if you have an Edmonds jersey, I see in a few, just change the nameplate, keep number 2.
Right.
Lou is getting us CHUBB jerseys. However, mine's going to be CHUBB number 2, and he's going to add a Y to his, so it's going to be Chubby number 2. But we both can't lose weight. And
it's a jersey, by the way, that you could feel comfortable in owning because we just locked them up for 5 years.
Yep.
At $110 million, $63 million of that guaranteed. But hey, CHUBB extended, no pun intended, or maybe a pun intended there, but CHUBB is extended, and he's going to be here for 5 years. And so if you're questioning what jersey you should get from a Dolphin player, Bradley CHUBB, baby. Number 2.
So we have some Bills fans in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Hey, no. Excited to have you guys. Thanks for coming in the show. Thanks for supporting. Yes, you're still looking good, right? Look at your record. We are still your only loss. And
that's right.
I mean, okay, yes, that's great, but they're still amazing squad, and they're scary.
Absolutely.
So I am definitely not looking forward to heading to Orchard Park in a few weeks because we go there in December. And
not in a few weeks. It's
like
a month and something.
It's in a few weeks because it's already November, and then December is next month.
It's in a month and something.
Okay, I'm just trying to make it seem longer.
Change.
AFC East. Do we see the Bills winning the AFC East?
The Bills? Yeah, the Bills are the favorite. And you look at that schedule. I mean, they've already played the defending champion Rams on the road. They've played the Kansas City Chiefs on the road. So, yeah, you got to have to find a couple more losses because they got to lose to somebody else in addition to us for us to have a shot at the division.
Definitely. We have Dolphin fans in the room. Dolphins thirsty. Hello to all. Fins up, baby. So, Chicago. All right, let's talk. So, we play the Bears this week.
Yes.
And we go to Soldier Field. And Sports Babe, go watch the Pat McAfee show clip with Brandon Bean interview from today. I have not seen any interviews. I've worked today. Now we have to pack for Chicago, but I will definitely check that out. Mm-hmm. Bills should win the division, absolutely. But fins up to Dolphins thirsty. So we leave for Chicago tomorrow morning. We were
early flight.
Lou's going to be a monster. He's not a morning person.
6:15.
So you guys need
3 hours.
So we live in a few hours. We were in Chicago back in April. We went to the Heat versus Bulls game. We had an amazing time there. Literally, it was my first time there. Lou's been there a few times before. We had such a great time. When we went in April, it was the first week of April, and we said, hey, April should be nice, should be sunny. We got off the plane. It was snowing. Obviously, we were not ready for that. The weather this weekend, it's going to be really bad tomorrow, but then Sunday and Monday should be good.
I love how we're walking down the Magnificent Mile, and I'm looking around. I'm saying
everyone's bundled up in their stuff.
And like, can you find somebody else that's wearing shorts like I am?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Oh, and I was in my little skirt.
And people are literally looking at me like, "What is this guy doing wearing shorts? Did he just get dropped off on a bus here? Is this a prank?" It was just pretty awkward.
Our Bills buddy said, "Are you coming to Buffalo in December?" We are not.
No.
So we, for the past 2 years, we decided on 2 away games. Last year we went to New Orleans and we went to Tampa. So far this year we went to Baltimore and
Tampa. I just heard a cannon going off from a touchdown in that game.
Oh my gosh,
bad memory.
That was a bad game.
Yeah.
And then last year was Tampa, New Orleans. This year we went to Baltimore, which was such an amazing time. Spent half the time in DC, half in Baltimore, and then obviously we leave for tomorrow for Chicago. So usually it's about 2 away games that we can go.
So Tuna.
So the Bears.
We're planning on going to Buffalo if it's a September game, and we wanted to pair it up with a Blue Jays game. So catch a game in Toronto versus the Blue Jays, and then go down, check out Niagara Falls, and see the Dolphins and Buffalo in early September game.
And preferably when Josh Allen's no longer there, Von Miller's gone. So just let those great players
You know what I do want to ask though, Tuna, if you're still there, it was announced this week that they've had the renderings for the new Buffalo Bills stadium. Is it not going to have a roof? That's insane. Are you guys not going to put a roof on that stadium?
They don't have one now.
I know that, but
so why would they do it? Why would they change it?
What are you talking about?
They're savages out there. They like that.
I need to know why you guys wouldn't put a roof out in that stadium. I mean, if you're going to build a new stadium in Buffalo, you got to put a roof on that thing.
Because it's beautiful there September, October. It's just the Arctic.
Wow.
No, it will not be a dome.
Wow, you guys are hardcore.
I'm not allowed in Canada. Great stripper ride of 95. Were you part of that too?
I'm not, but I need to know more about that.
No, he does not. No. Oh,
wow.
That's a great home field advantage for them. That is true. How would they get a home field advantage?
Look, I think we won 1 game there in December in the last 20-something years.
Confirmed. No roof football is made for open air, so they're not getting a roof.
I could see it.
That's their element. They like that.
I get it.
They are hardcore, just like the Heat here.
Well, exactly. You guys were complaining about the heat down here. I don't know if you were doing it, but your fans were complaining about it being too hot on your side. So don't give me this element bull crap.
Look, we sweat walking out to the grocery store. It is hot as heck here. Let's not lie. All right, so we head to Chicago. Tomorrow we get there. We actually have a tour planned of Wrigley Field.
Yeah. I've never done that. I've been to Wrigley twice. I've seen 3 games there, but I've never taken a tour, so I'm excited about that.
So, that's one thing we like doing when we go to different cities, if possible, seeing tours of the stadium, because you really get to see so much. We ask questions. So we're really excited about doing a tour at Wrigley. We're doing dinner at Shula's. I think it's a good tradition to.
So if you guys are out there and if you're going, or if you know somebody who's going, there is a Shula's restaurant, Shula's Steakhouse. In Chicago. There's really not a lot left. It's crazy. There's none here in Miami.
There's one in Miami Lakes.
There used to be one in the beach at the Alexander Hotel. For those of you guys out there listening in Miami, local. There was one at the Alexander Hotel. That's gone. There was one in Miami Lakes. That's gone. There was one in Key Largo. That's gone. And there was one in South Miami.
The only one that's still here is at the airport.
Exactly. Yeah, so the only Shula franchise restaurant in Miami is ironically at the airport. So we might have to go into Shula's before we leave, if it's open.
So look, we have an invite. Let me know when you choose to go to Buffalo. I will take you to where the best fans are, and you will not feel threatened.
Okay.
Thank you. Awesome. We would love that. The away fans have been pretty good to us, but Buffalo, you guys do scare the bejeebs out of me. So
just don't throw us through tables, you know.
So Tuna actually says Chicago is amazing. Get a deep dish pizza. Let me tell you.
That.
Okay, Ash here, girl, 305 Sports Babe is obsessed with pizza.
All down here.
So, and I have a really weird diet of Crohn's disease, so I literally live just on pizza. We're planning on we're going to be there for 2.5, 3 days. We're literally going to Quads as soon as we land. Then we're going to Luminalti's on Sunday, after the game, after the party we're having. And then on Monday, we're going to Gino's East. So all we're doing is eating pizza. And I am so okay with that. Deep dish pizza is my favorite. I don't like the thin, even though I'm from Jersey, New York type. I'll eat it and I love it. But deep dish pizza has my heart. So
it's awesome. Yeah,
I cannot wait.
I've been several times. I haven't been to Pequod's, and I haven't been to. Well, I did do Geno's East.
Yeah.
So, but no, yeah. Look,
Luminalties is the
love
best. Yeah, so that was my first time there. When we went there, because we have a Giordano's in Orlando. So when Lou and I go up there, whether it's for Disney or whatever, we've stopped there a few times, and it's good. So we didn't want to go there when we were in Chicago a few months ago because we get the gear.
Well, it's in Orlando, sorry.
So Luminalties, and actually they follow me on Twitter, and we kind of have like a Twitter crush together. So I'm like, Lou, not this Lou, Luminalties. I'm like, Lou, I'm kind of see you, babe. They're like, we can't wait to see you, beautiful. So.
Well, I got no chance if it's that Lou or this Lou. That Lou's way better.
And more delicious and thick. Okay, we're done.
All right, enough of that.
You make it sound like you live here. I wish. I sure wish. You know, if I could live anywhere, Miami's great, but New York and Chicago are special. So no. So yeah, game. What's really weird about this game, I just want to say a few things. It is a 12 o'clock p.m. start because it's their time. Second, I looked at the weather and I also looked at the sunset. The sun sets there. You ready for this? I didn't even tell you this. 4:35 p.m. I cannot make this up.
Really?
And I literally asked people, I'm like, why does it say the sun sets at 4:35 p.m.? It's going to be dark on Sunday at 4:35. Why? Because number one, it's a time zone difference.
Yeah, no,
number two, it's daylight savings time.
Yeah.
So pretty much an hour.
2 hours.
An hour after the game. The game will end at like 3:30. By 4:35, it's going to be dark out.
Yeah, but I'm saying it'll be a 2 hour swing for us because it'll be the time difference, and then it goes back one more. So
everyone has a Twitter crush, and don't be modest.
Yeah, it's a little wild with the time change.
Oh, I thought you were changing the subject.
No.
I have my Twitter crush is Luminalties. Second would be, no, it would be Luminalties. Yeah.
Big Poppy, A-Rod, any of those guys.
Will you guys be ready? Because they're actually playing. Okay, yeah. So like it's just crazy with the time difference. But it actually works in our benefit because with daylight savings time, we actually gain 2 hours because Miami time. So we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm a morning person. It's him that's gonna be struggling with some of it.
No, I'll be all right.
So
drink some coffee and then chug a beer, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, also, it's going to feel even darker than that because we're going to be in downtown. And as you saw last time we were there, the downtown Chicago skyline, those buildings are so high, ginormous that they're going to block out whatever sun is going down anyway. So it's going to probably start feeling dark around 3 or 3:30.
I'm already tired thinking about it. We probably will be sluggish, but we're going to be eating and drinking a lot.
But so you got a big thing that you're hosting on Sunday? You want
to
talk about that?
So,
and I know there's other events going on, like Saturday night or something?
There's not. And a lot of people have asked me about that. Okay. And I'm kind of like, I don't say I'm regretting it, but I had so many people reach out to me about if I'm planning anything Saturday. And the only reason I said no is because you were set on going to Shula's that I'm like, I already have a hot date on Saturday. I can't do anything. So
tell them what you know. What's going on Sunday and what you got going on?
305 Sports is a Dolphin and Red Sox fan just like me.
Nice.
We're the best, right? And I actually know a few people like us that are Dolphins or Red Sox. It's such a beautiful combo because it's like we hate the Celtics. We hate everything else New England, but the Red Sox are amazing than the Dolphins. So, out to dinner, but go Eagles. Russ, shout out real quick before I tell you about the show. Our buddy Russ, very, very special guy in Northeast. He has his Philadelphia Eagles playing in the Philadelphia Eagles. I get them so confused right now because I'm so hyped for you guys. Philadelphia Eagles 8-0, and then your baseball team's in the World Series. Must be nice right now. Must be nice. I hope your dinner's going well.
Have a great dinner, Russ.
Yes. Oh, and then and we have Bills. Oh, that's rough.
Sabres.
Oh, we could never be together. That would be rough for me. That would be a rough one. Come to Kansas City for the 2023 NFL. I've been going to have you been to Kansas City?
I have not.
I haven't been either.
It's on my list. I got to see the Royals out there. And I would love to see the Chiefs too. That stadium, Arrowhead Stadium, is one of the traditional old stadiums. So I got to check that out as well.
We'll get out there one day.
But now for the draft. I'll tell you right now, we got rid of our draft picks. We got no draft picks to support. So we won't be there for the draft.
No, but I would love to see a baseball game out there, Royals game, and just to get out there. So we will make it out there. All right. So Dolphins fans coming to Chicago. Tomorrow's really quiet. A lot of people are traveling in. It's going to be nasty, the weather. We're bar hop, so you guys are more than welcome to join us anywhere. Probably bar hop for a while after. So I'll definitely keep our location live. Or not live, but you kind of know where we're at. Sunday, after the Dolphins take on the Bears, I'll be hosting a post-game meetup party at Fat Pours in Fat Poor's Tap Works. Say that 3 times.
Fat Poor Tap Works.
Say it 4 times.
No.
Okay, exactly. What he just said, it's about a 20-minute walk from the stadium. It's in McCormick, so it's literally, I keep everything walking distance. I don't have to, you guys move your car if there's no parking in general. So right after the Dolphins beat the Bears, come to Fat Poor's Tap Room Works.
Fat Poor Tap Works.
What he said. We'll be there right after the game, probably for a few hours, hang out, have some drinks, good foods, good time, meet other Dolphin fans. Would love to see you there. So please, if you're in the area, give them a follow on social media and come out for that as well.
It's an awesome bar. We went to it before the Bulls Heat game in March, and it's a traditional sports bar. You got TVs all over the place, booths, tabletops.
You said what, booths?
Booths.
That's what I tried to say.
Booths.
Bills, Giants in the baseball, and the Sharks.
Interesting.
That's an interesting mix.
Okay.
I could deal with the Giants in the baseball.
Well, he's got the West Coast
West
Bay
Coast
area.
vibe.
He's got the
but
San
then the
Jose
Bills.
Sharks and the Giants pretty much close to each other, and then the Bills. All right, I can see that. No problem there.
Yeah, but that's me. I gotta see it again. Dolphins, Red Sox.
Okay.
Dolphins, Red Sox. So we're gonna have a good time in Chicago. We really look forward to it. Monday we are doing a tour of Soldier Field, so it'll be like a really good behind the scenes opportunity to see that. Lives in San Jose. Makes sense. San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, so it's San Jose Sharks and the San Francisco Giants in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So
So Monday we do a tour of Willis Tower. We go to Willis Tower to look at the observation deck. We go to Geno's East, tour Soldier Field, and then we head home. So next thing you see, we'll probably be 10 pounds heavier than we are now, but we'll still be happy and excited.
But so Sunday we got the big post-game party. It's going to be a party because the Dolphins are winning on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get together at Fat Poor Tap Works and celebrate the win there. If you're coming out, if you know somebody coming out,
invite them.
There is invite. But I also want to tell you other things to do that are cool Dolphin related in a way. We mentioned Shula's, so go to Shula's if you get a chance to check it out. Shula's Steakhouse, and then they had a couple tours left at Soldier Field, right? It's
filled up. It's really tough. They only do tours on Mondays.
They got 2 tours on Monday. One was sold out, but I believe the noon that we're going to is still.
I don't even think it is.
Well, look it up if you have a chance, because here's the thing: Soldier Field is probably on its last leg. The Bears are going to be moving out, and it's a very historic field. They've had a lot of championship games there in the past before the Super Bowl era started. They were home to one of the most famous teams, the '85 Bears, which there's only one team that beat them.
The Miami Dolphins.
Dan Marino down in the Orange Bowl, 38-24. That was the only loss that season for the Bears.
Yeah.
And so, I'm sure taking the tour, we're going to be able to see the famous '85 Bears all over the stadium.
We're doing a lot of tours. Cool. This trip is 2 tours of Wrigley and Soldier Fields games. I was just off an RV pad in Isla Mirada. Lou and I were in Isla Mirada for my birthday. He took me there for the day. We had a blast at Isla Mirada for $14.50 a month. Can we go set up a tent there and live there forever?
That's definitely better than Miami prices right now.
You were at the game.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Oh my goodness!
You were at the Orange Bowl in '85. Wow, that's awesome.
Are you coming on? Are you going to be there? Are you going to Chicago? Tiki Bar. Tiki Bar in Isla Mirada. Did we go there?
No, but I have been there. We didn't go there this
We went to Wahoo's. I was at Wahoo after Wahoo's. And then we went to Laurier. Yeah.
Great place. Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with Key Largo. Awesome.
I was a teenager back in 1980, many moons ago. You were a teenager in 1980. Oh, you kind of,
sort of.
A little bit. Yeah. So we will see you there. Awesome. Good Very stuff. Cool. All right. Talking about going back to the future.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. I've done that 5 times already for the last 5 episodes, and he laughs every time.
I love it. I can't get over it. You can't play that enough as far as I'm concerned. It's fantastic.
You're happy about that? I made that for you.
All
right. So this is the part, for those who may not know, this is the part where Lou takes us back to the year 1972. Obviously, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary of the perfect season. So this is the part where Lou takes us to 1972 and lets us know what happened in 1972 in general, gives us trivia, and then tells us Dolphins. So sit back and enjoy.
All right, I might need you to pull something up because the first.
Hold on, Chef Jew in the house. Chef Jew is getting married next week.
Oh, congratulations!
At our tailgate.
Wow!
Shout out
for the Browns game.
Yes,
fantastic.
Check your polls. Love you, kid. We're excited to see you and your beautiful wife next week. Cannot wait.
Where's the bachelor party going to be?
Oh, you're not going anywhere. Stop it. Okay, 1972, hit it.
All right, so I'm going to need you to pull something up here because my first one I'm doing in honor of the Dolphins trading for Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
All right, I want to point out that this week on the Billboard charts in 1972, are you ready for this?
Yep.
The song, the number one song on the Billboard charts was My Ding-a-Ling.
Stop. We don't talk about that kind of stuff on the show.
I'm sorry, but I got to point it out. My Ding-a-Ling
Stop.
by the legend Chuck Berry was number one 50 years ago in 1972. It's ironic. Is it?
It's called My Ding-a-Ling?
It's called. Look it up.
I don't want to look. I'm not looking up. I don't want ads like that on my computer. I use this for work purposes.
So Chuck Berry is considered one of the creators of rock and roll, and he's influenced many rock and pop musicians who came after him. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, all these guys, looked up to Chuck Berry, the great Chuck Berry.
Gotcha.
Berry had some massive hits like Maybelline, Roll Over Beethoven, Rock and Roll Music, and
My Ding-a-Ling,
and Johnny B. Good, a classic. Johnny B. Good.
This is a great song.
He was a master on the guitar.
Wait, what? Master on what?
On the guitar.
Wait, what did you
Guitar.
say? No,
Guitar.
what did you just say?
Guitar.
No. What did you just say?
He was a master.
On the what?
On the guitar.
You didn't say that. You said a master. You guys heard it. He said a master on the guitar.
The guitar.
What is it? Guitar.
Don't worry about it.
Guitar. Gosh. Ding-a-ling, guitar.
Okay.
I can't tonight. I'm ready to go to Chicago. Go ahead.
He was a master in the guitar. Okay. And his only number one song out of all those that I just told you was My Ding-a-ling. Look it up.
I don't want to look it up. I don't want those ads on my computer. Oh.
So, Chuck Berry was born in St. Louis in 1926. He passed away in 2017 at age 90.
Wow.
And he has a statue outside his hometown in his honor, an 8-foot statue of him on the guitar. Okay. All right. So, yes, 50 years ago, number one song, 1972, was My Ding-a-ling by Chuck Berry. I'm going to play it for you at some point. So either pull it up or I'm going to play it.
Okay, stop. Okay, so okay, give me trivia.
All right. No trivia for that.
Guys, here it is. I need a trivia. Help me with 1972.
Okay, so the next one. Today's celebrity's birthday actually just celebrated her 50th birthday a few days ago. And she grew up just outside Chicago. So she's obviously 50 years old. Her birthday was on November the 1st.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. She's currently on one of the most popular TV shows out there.
Julia Roberts.
No. Julia Roberts. No.
I don't know why I just said. Okay, you're talking. Okay, somebody who just turned 50 and she's
on one of the most popular shows out there.
Mark, I never heard of the song either, and I'm glad I never did. But who is this person that just turned 50 on one of the most?
She is married to an actor and famous boy band member. Does that help?
No.
Anybody out there get it?
Help! Help! SOS! Somebody who just turned 50, a woman who was on a TV show, and her husband.
She is on one of the most popular TV shows out there right now, and she's married.
Is it Kelly Ripa?
No.
That was a good guess.
She is married to an actor and famous boy band member.
Lou.
All right.
Was this woman talented?
Yes. Well, you could say that. I'm sure a lot of guys would say that she is. She still is.
Jenny McCarthy.
You got it.
Oh, my Bills guy, Tuna.
Tuna got it. All right.
See, don't listen to the don't listen to what they say about the Bills fans.
He got it. Tuna got it. All right. So yes,
Dolphins was stumped as well. Jenny McCarthy. I don't even know who that is.
Jenny McCarthy is on the Masked Singer. She's on the Masked Singer.
Oh, okay.
And her husband is Donnie Wahlberg from.
Yeah, Wahlberg Burgers.
No, not Wahlburgers. From the boy band New Kids on the Block.
Yes, okay, I got it.
Oh,
okay,
boy,
okay.
all right.
I was better with the Eminem question last week.
Anyways, Jenny McCarthy was born on November the 1st, 1972 in Southwest Chicago, in a suburb of Evergreen, Illinois. She attended Southern Illinois. McCarthy rose...
It's not Illinois with an S. Illinois. You dropped the S.
Anyways, McCarthy rose to fame when she applied and was selected to appear in Playboy's Girls of the Midwest. And she was later named Playmate of the Year. She went on to appear on many reality shows, mostly on MTV. This is really when the reality craze was all nuts back in the early to mid-90s. And after that, she started appearing on a lot of movies and hosting a lot of shows.
Okay.
Now, McCarthy dated two other pretty famous men before marrying Donnie Wahlberg.
Okay.
One of them was a leading star in a movie that featured Dan Marino.
Okay, Ace Ventura.
So who's that guy?
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, what's his name? He's an actor.
Oh, stop, please.
You are awful with this.
Lou,
Really?
please. I did really good last week with Reggie Jackson and everything. Ace Ventura, his real name?
He's one of the most famous actors.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yes.
Thank you, Tuna.
Wow,
Thank you.
All right. And she
The
also
Dolphins too. You guys got me. Lou, that's a little bit from my time.
she also dated
Okay.
a former Chicago Bears Hall of Famer.
Brian Urlacher.
You got that one. Did you get it?
No, I knew Brian Urlacher.
Okay.
No, that one I got. See, sport
Okay.
related. Reggie Jackson. I'm a tomboy. I don't know about Playboy, McCarthy, this, that.
I'm sure all the guys out there are familiar with her spread in the Midwest edition of the Playboy Girls of the Midwest.
Why are you laughing?
I just think it's funny.
Okay.
I believe I had that magazine, but the pages are stuck together now. So sorry, that's too much information. Sorry, I'm just trying to make you laugh at this point.
Oh, wait, we got a question for us. Follow up to the McCarthy question. Name the current television show that Donnie Wahlberg stars in.
It's a cop show. Blue Bloods, is it?
The current television show.
I think it's Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods. We're
Yeah,
a TV
I got
show.
it. All right, see, I'm much better.
Oh.
So there you go. Yes.
Only because the arena reference, of course.
Right. Yes.
Anything sport, that's all the reason I got it.
So yeah, she dated Jim Carrey, who of course Dan Marino was a star of that movie. Jim Carrey was his co-star, we're gonna say. And then yeah, she dated Brian Urlacher. And I remember last time with Chicago, Brian Urlacher, who now miraculously has hair, is on every billboard all over downtown Chicago.
Because he advertises the hair thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I need to buy that.
I remember
product.
we took an Uber, we left O'Hare, and we were going to our hotel, and you kept taking pictures of billboards. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, Brian Urlacher has hair. You were like so amazed by that.
Yeah, right. It's amazing.
So Dolphins history.
All right, so let's get to that.
So Dolphins, I think in this week in 1972, I'm saying that they won.
You are correct.
Bye-bye.
You got that one right. So yes, this week in 72, the Miami Dolphins shut out the Baltimore Colts 23.
Baltimore who?
Baltimore Colts.
Colts.
Sorry.
23-0. Okay.
In week number 7 to improve to 7-0.
Who's the final score?
The game, I just told you, 23-0.
I didn't hear that.
The game was played on October 29th, 1972 at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. We were just there. We didn't go to Memorial Stadium, but we did see that, they had pictures of it all over where the Orioles play.
Yeah.
So, and the temperature that day in Baltimore was 59 degrees. Kind of like what it's going to be.
Pretty much what it's going to be on Sunday. Oh.
Yeah. And kickoff time was at 4 p.m. for this game.
Okay.
So it made it even colder. Mm-hmm. The Dolphins really dominated the Colts in this one. They jumped out to a 16-0 halftime lead.
Okay.
And then they scored once more in the third quarter.
And our backup quarterback was in at the time because Greasy
still
was,
Correct,
okay.
Yeah. I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
They scored once more in the third quarter while blanking the Colts offense. This was the first of 3 shutouts on the season. So the Dolphins had 3 shutouts.
Does Memorial Stadium?
It does not. Trust me, I was trying to go there. It does not. It's now like a park. They do have where the home plate used to be because the Orioles played there as well. And I believe it's called Memorial Stadium Park, but they knocked it down. So
Colts did not score. They didn't. 23-0. We shut them out.
They didn't score. The Colts, again, that was the first of 3 shutouts. The Dolphins had 3 shutouts in that 72 season, and that was the first one. So 23-0 against the Baltimore Colts. Larry Zonka led the rushing attack with 90 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So good.
Mercury Morris had 71 yards and the other score. And our man, Garo Yepremian, hit a 24-yard field goal for all the scoring. Garo did miss an extra point in this one, which is pretty much the only thing that happened, bad for the Dolphins in this game. But what about Earl Morrall, you asked? So Earl Morrall made his second start of the year. And remember, many thought that he was going to be the starter the rest of the year because a lot of people wouldn't expect Buck Reese to come back. Mm-hmm. So Earl had another kind of bad game. He only went 9 of 15 for 85 yards, and he threw another pick. He threw a pick 6 in his first start against Buffalo the week before. And he threw an interception. Obviously, wasn't returned for a touchdown because they didn't score. But, back-to-back picks and not a lot of yards. So it's not looking
so that season, our buddy Dolphins Thirsty said that Colts were shut out twice that season by Miami. Did you know that?
I did not, but you're getting ahead of us.
You gotta wait. We don't know what happens week by week.
We're on suspense. We're on pin and needles. We don't know what happens.
We don't know if they're gonna win next week.
So we gotta wait for that. You're gonna have to tune back and give us that stat later if it's true. I don't know.
Maybe. I think he knows his stuff. I'm thinking my buddy knows his stuff.
All right, so trivia time. The Baltimore Colts
Colts. Why are you saying weird?
Sorry.
You said guitar, Colts.
I said
Are you German?
I said
Colts?
no. I said coats because I'm packing my coat this week, so I'm trying to get to Chicago.
We did not start drinking in
All right,
Chicago.
so
Colts.
the Colts
Guitar?
went on to become what team? The Baltimore Colts went on to become who?
The Texans.
No.
Baltimore Colts. Wait, I'm confused. This
The Baltimore Colts.
Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought okay, but before
No.
that's okay.
All right. So
I knew that.
What year did they?
Colts.
What year did they leave?
What year did they leave Baltimore? 1985.
Close.
86.
No.
84.
No.
89.
Down.
88.
1980.
7.
No.
3.
You got it.
Oh, okay.
So they left, and it's a funny story. They left in the middle of the night. They literally.
Oh, I heard that story. Yeah.
There's a 30 for 30 on it.
Yeah. That they left in the middle of the night. Yeah.
They didn't pretty much tell anybody. They got a secret, I guess, go ahead from the league.
Yeah.
They brought trucks in the middle. This is obviously before social media. They brought trucks in the middle of the night, packed all their stuff, and
overnight.
They went over to Indianapolis like nothing. It was
when did
shocking.
the Mayflower roll in?
Yeah.
1543.
No, that's what he meant. Well, I don't know about that Mayflower, but he's talking about the Mayflower trucks that came in to get all the Baltimore Colts equipment over. Yeah.
Oh, the Mayflower trucks.
Yes.
That's moving company.
Correct.
I thought you meant the actual Mayflower.
Yeah.
I thought you were giving us some Thanksgiving trivia. I was like, let's go, Pilgrims. I'm ready.
It's not Thanksgiving yet, and yes, before the college studs,
remember that
moving
Mayflower
company or whatever they have now. Two
hunks.
guys in a truck, college hunks.
College hunks is what we use.
Back then it was the Mayflower. So the Mayflower
came overnight and took them over.
All the Colts stuff over to Indianapolis.
Wow. Where were you guys living? I'm curious to know in the chat. Where were you guys living when that was happening? Was anybody living in that area? Like, were there riots or how did people? I feel like that's so shady. That's like me, like leaving here in the middle of the night and like moving out. Like you would flip a crap. Like you'd be happy actually. You'd be like, get out. Well, get out.
If you had the college hunks moving storage move you out, I'd be a little concerned with that. But
I'm going with them.
Oh boy.
All
right. So trivia time. Here we go.
Trivia time. Here you go, guys. I need you.
The Baltimore Colts, who obviously we just established, went on to become the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
They won a championship in each city. So it's one. They won one in one city and one in the other. Do you know those years by any chance?
No, I don't know those years.
There's something ironic about where they won it.
I don't know, Lou. That's tough.
Well, pick a city. They won.
Indianapolis.
Listen.
Okay.
Baltimore Colts and Indianapolis Colts each won Super Bowls.
Okay.
In the same city. Name that city.
Miami.
You got it. So, yes, the Baltimore Colts won the Super Bowl in 1970 in Miami, 16-13 against the Dallas Cowboys in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the Indianapolis Colts beat the team we're going to play this Sunday, the Chicago Bears, here at what is now Hard Rock.
You almost said Chicago Bulls.
Bears. What is now the Hard Rock Stadium, but back then was known as Dolphin Stadium.
Yeah.
They beat the Bears 29-17 in 2009 in that Super Bowl.
Does Marino still own a bar in Miami? Actually,
he does not.
It closed down.
Yeah.
So, wait, no. I'm thinking Chula. When did Dan own a bar out here?
He did. He owned a bar in South Miami. He doesn't own it anymore. No. Yeah.
You in there? Obviously.
I've been there. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's gone.
So yes. So the Colts, both Baltimore and Indianapolis, won both their Super Bowls, one each in Miami, one in the Orange Bowl, and one at what is now Hard Rock Stadium. That Super Bowl in 2009 was headlined by the halftime show was Prince. Prince. That was one of the best halftime shows ever for my money. Prince played during the halftime. It was raining, and Prince played Purple Rain.
Guys, drop in the chat. What was your favorite halftime performance ever? I'm curious to know. What is your favorite halftime performance for Super Bowl? Drop in the chat.
I just named mine. Prince was to me, and not just because it was here in Miami. I love Prince. We're gonna go see the Prince exhibit in Chicago
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And so, Prince halftime was amazing.
I like the one last year when they brought the rappers back from from the early 2000s because that's like my generation. Yeah. I remember we were watching Super Bowl. I got up and I was like, lose yourself in the music. I went crazy. That was my childhood. All halftime. Okay, so Tuna says Kiss.
Kiss was awesome. That was great. And Kiss was on a great show. Nice.
Mark doesn't like the halftime shows.
Oh.
No, I liked the one last year. I know it was like kind of crazy and like scary and stuff, but I don't know. It was like part of my childhood, like that rapping.
Okay. Well, Prince, there's a whole show on it. It was raining, as we just mentioned during the halftime. There was rain forecast
Oh, the
for
puppy bowl. I love the puppy bowl.
the puppy bowl.
That's my favorite.
That's all right, Mark. Nothing wrong with that. The puppy bowl.
They were dressed as inmates last year. It was wild.
It was very wild.
Because it was in California, so they did the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
So Prince, played in the rain, and they asked him. They said, "Hey, Prince, it's going to rain. Are you okay with that?" And he goes, "Can you make it rain more?"
Yes, I remember.
All on, and it was purple rain in the rain. I mean, how could you top that? So that's mine.
So go ahead.
No, so I got one more piece of trivia.
Go one more piece of trivia. Go
all right, last one. It's not really trivia; it's just a fact. So Don Shula, who of course coached the Baltimore Colts before coming to the Dolphins.
Okay.
He coached the Colts for 7 seasons, and was named the NFL Coach of the Year in 3 of those years: 64, 67, and 68. He won just one more time with the Dolphins. Guess
72.
what year?
Duh! Oh, June 23. You're done talking.
Yeah. So Shula won 4.
You guys probably think we're like the cutest, Justin. We really don't like each other.
Shula won 4.
It's really my brother.
Shula won 4 Coach of the Years, 3 of them in Baltimore and 1 with the Dolphins in 1972.
Gotcha.
So that's it. Those are my facts for the week.
All right. So before we lose you guys, because we're going to switch gears and talk about basketball, and we know you just love Miami Heat basketball like we do. Give me a score prediction. Let's talk this Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you 2 questions. 2 questions I want to talk about. Give me score prediction, Bears versus Dolphins. Drop that in the chat. Also, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Eagles are 8-0. They're making a run. Who's going to be their first loss? So I'll start. Eagles' first loss are going to be against the Giants, right? Giants are hot this year. I think the Giants are going to give them at least 1, maybe 2 losses. First one. My score prediction this week, I think our offense is hot. Jalen Waddle got a lot of confidence back. Terran Armstead is going to protect like crazy, going to give 2 a time. I'm saying 31-17 Dolphins. Oh, Dolphins, they're close to what I just said. You said 28-17. I said 31-17. Okay, perfect. Okay. And then also give me who's going to be Eagles' first loss. When is it going to happen? What score prediction?
My score prediction is going to be 27-13. Dolphins. 27-13 Dolphins.
Close. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, look, I don't want to say it's a must win. Oh. It's a road game.
Mark says 24-14.
There you go. I like that score. That could be 27-13. I could see that.
So, yeah, none of the 2 touchdowns are happening. We got CHUBB. CHUBB is protecting us more. Like that's But so we're not talking a blowout here. Well, it seems like the consensus is we're not talking a blowout. Fields
has actually played well of late. Their quarterback.
Justin Fields, yeah.
Look. The Bears are not that good of a team, and more alarming, and this is why they really got to make them pay.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are rolling on offense right now with 2 back these last 2 games. They have to make these guys pay. They just traded 2 of their main defensive players.
Yeah, but it's any given Sunday. Even our buddy, it is our buddy. I'll say he's our buddy.
I understand.
I just think what I said in Miss Show, Bears by 10.
If you trade 2 of your top defensive players, you're having a bad year. The writing's on the wall. A lot of people in the locker room, similar to Denver when they got rid of CHUBB, a lot of people were like, oh, man, what's this move about? Instead of getting better, you're making us worse. So
Bears are weird to predict, though. Mark even said it. It's one of those things. It's tough to say,
I'm not coming out here and saying we're going to win. I'm saying that you got to treat it as it's a must win, and they should win.
Exactly.
They should win, and they should win the game handily, in my opinion, because, you're going up against a team that just unloaded players. Your offense is rolling. You got to punch them in the mouth. And
don't say that.
The addition of Bradley CHUBB is huge. He's going to,
excited.
Allow the deficiencies that we've had in our secondary to not be as exposed. And he's going to be fresh. He's not going to go out there playing a whole game.
I know, but Tuna said it right. Soldier Field's hard to play. I've heard that all week. You know what I mean? It's a weird stadium. I've heard.
Agreed.
I'm excited to just check it out. We went past it before, but I've heard that Soldier Field is just, it's hard to play and it's weird. So it's like, I'm not going to this game like super hype. I mean, obviously signing Bradley CHUBB exciting. Tua looks good. A lot of our cards are lining up.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to go with my head being extremely big and saying, we got this any given Sunday. Is that fair to say?
It is. But again, you got to look a little bit ahead. And in this case, you got the Browns and Texans coming back to back here at home.
Yeah.
Those are very winnable games, and they will be heavily favored. And those are must wins because I don't see us losing to 2 bad teams as the Browns and the Texans here at home. So what you gotta do is you gotta keep pace with all the Bills fans in here, and you gotta put the pressure on the Bills to keep on winning as well. because at the end of the day, if we finish tied,
We have the tiebreaker.
and we win the game up
Yeah,
there,
we get
we
the
are the
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. But we need the Bills to lose the game in addition to that one against us if we were able to get that win. So we got to win this
Let's
week.
say we're excited. Obviously we'll have a show next week talking about. I'll give you a shocker. Eagles will lose to the Colts. Ooh.
That I was going to say that. Yeah.
Shots fired.
We got a lot of. I got a lot. We
No,
got
it's
a lot,
us. They like me more than you.
We got a lot of Eagles friends, and so I can't say I'm rooting for them because obviously I don't want nobody to finish undefeated.
Well, I'm gonna say bye. Bye, Dolphins Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully see you soon.
All right, see you.
Colts beat the Chiefs. So as you were saying, Colts beat the Chiefs. So Mark says the Colts are going to beat the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I was going to pick the Colts as well because it's a home game for the Colts, and
yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be tough for the Eagles to run the table, and they haven't really played a lot of top-notch teams. Just going to say that right there.
On Lake Michigan, wind swirls like the Bill Stadium.
Ooh.
I'm literally packing now. You guys know what I wear for these games. Very comfortable, right? My skirt, my sports bra. I'm going with my regular attire. I'm gonna be 305 Sports Froze babe.
Nice.
So, and then the game's in Indy, like you said, perfect. All right, guys. So as we wrap up, I'm gonna lose most of you now because you guys don't care about the Miami Heat basketball.
Panthers.
Well, no, UM plays FSU this weekend. UM's having a struggling year. I mean, not struggling, but it is struggling. It's a rebuild.
FSU has 3 losses as well. So this is not the marquee game that it usually is. It's still on prime time. It's going to be on 7:30 on ABC from the Hard Rock. But it's 2 teams that are 5-3 and 4-4 respectively. So not a lot to get excited on that.
My buddy Sheldon just came into the chat. I don't think you met Sheldon. Sheldon came to the Dolphins game and to our tailgate. I think that was the week that you were gone.
The Vikings game.
Yeah, I think that's where we had a great time. Good to see you, Sheldon. You won't wear your Eskimo coat. I don't even have an Eskimo coat. I've been in Miami for so many years. I have my boots though. I have my Miami jacket, but it's crazy. So FSU come to town. That's a big game tomorrow. It is on prime time, so we'll probably watch it at a bar.
Yeah, it's a big game in terms of the teams aren't really protected much this year, but it's a big game for recruiting. So you're gonna have a lot of local recruits from Miami and around town that are going to be in attendance in that game. And whoever wins is going to have a little bit of an upper hand in getting those players to sign commitments.
Definitely. So, we got to start wrapping up because we have not packed yet.
Panthers
are hot. They're 6-4. We have not been to a Panthers game yet. We don't give them enough love. We say that at every show. But we're 6-4.
Yeah, they're on a West Coast trip right now. They're 2-1 on that trip, and they got games against LA and Anaheim tomorrow and Sunday. So, hopefully they can finish up that trip on a winning note.
Bill's country, we wear shorts and hoodies till January. So I'm originally from Jersey. No. He's not nuts because you guys know I'm originally from Jersey, and my father would shovel snow in shorts. So I get that. I get it. I totally get it. I remember when, we all do when that was a big thing. Now it's like a whatever thing. The big game that people are talking about is the Notre Dame Clemson game because, it's going to be up. But we're going to be up there, but that's a big one coming. I didn't meet Lou, but I met your brother, Will Campers. Oh, good. Come back for the Jets game. Yep. Perfect. Good. And then quick, let's talk about the Heat. Let's talk. All right. We have Game 6 World Series going on tonight.
No. Saturday.
Oh, that was tonight.
Yeah. It was supposed to, but they postponed the rain delay. So, another thing, and we have a lot of Eagles friends, obviously. It sucked because that rain delay on Tuesday, it moved the game so they were playing together. It was supposed to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday was an off day.
Yeah.
They switched everything around. So, one of my best friends, Quimby, who runs these trips, he was going to he lost some people that didn't want to go down because they wanted to see Game 5 of the World Series.
That's
I don't blame those people.
It's kind of like saying, it wouldn't happen based on the timing, but it's like, what are the odds of that? No, let's just say the seasons were different for us. For example, what if the Dolphins were in the Super Bowl and the Heat, you know what I mean? Like,
look, you made a commitment to a trip. It's tough to, justify, but if your team's in the World Series, it's tough to pass that up as well. Good for them. Especially for them. They haven't been there in 13 years. So, Game 6 is tomorrow night. Saturday night. And it's going to be
Texas.
Correct. And it's Zach Wheeler versus Framber Valdez. Framber Valdez has been locked in this postseason. It's going to be tough. But, hey, it's baseball. Anybody can win. And the Phillies bats, they got a lot. They had
the Astros had a no-hitter, and then the game before it was like home run derby. So it's been like really like up and down with them.
But the Phillies have a lot of power in that lineup.
And
but yes, to your point, what you just mentioned, the combined no-hitter was something amazing to see.
Only happened twice in history in a World Series.
Right, twice in the World Series, and only 3 times in the postseason period. And what's crazy is 2 of those times was in Citizens Bank Ballpark.
I know that.
So yeah, it happened. The Phillies no-hit the Reds in the first round of the playoffs, and then what happened the other night. So 2 of those 3 were in that same ballpark. And crazy enough, Dusty Baker was a losing manager against the Phillies the first go around, and the winning manager just the other night. So
Dusty Baker, baseball is winding down. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people don't like baseball. Lou and I really, really love baseball. So obviously our Marlins didn't do anything this year. Either did my Red Sox. So it'd be good to just refresh, restart, start next year. Last but not least, our Miami Heat starting to put things together, right? We beat Golden State this week at home. We beat Sacramento the other day at home. We're currently on the road right now playing the Pacers. Jimmy Butler did not travel with the team. Either did Jurkseven and either did Jokic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Those 3 guys did not travel with the team for this short road series.
It's Jovic, by the way. You've been correcting me all night. It's Jovic.
Okay, at least I can say guitar. So
it's Jovic, pronounced Jovic. Nikola Jovic.
Okay, thank you.
Jovic.
Okay, so Jurkseven, Jimmy, and Jovic did not travel with the team. So Miami Heat are playing currently now against the Pacers. I mean, there's things I like about the team. There's things that I don't like. Tyler Hero has been fantastic. Max Strus has been great. Duncan Robinson has had fire underneath his tail. So the 3 white guys are doing fantastic, right? My white boy swagger doing excellent there. But like, Bam Adebayo, come on, man. You got to be more aggressive. I say this every show. Kyle Lowry had a good game against when we were there against the Kings. So that was good to see a little life from him. Caleb Martin's up and down. You know what I mean? Like when he gets the ball, it's like 2 seconds left. Get ready to shoot it. And it seems like if he gets those last minute shots, he can get the ball off.
Yeah, look, it's still early.
It's early.
I'm
nitpicking, so all right.
It's unsettling that Jimmy's missing a couple games here, but that's
what about Victor Oladipo? That's the more unsettling. Jimmy will be back. Jimmy will be fine. It's Victor Oladipo. So we'll see. So no,
look,
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Milwaukee's the team that everybody's trying to look for, but the Nets are obviously a mess. We didn't talk about how.
Let's not go there.
We won't get into it, but the Nets are a mess. We'll leave it at that.
There's like threats going on and everything.
The Sixers just lost Harding now for a month, so James Harden's going to be out for a month. So look, it's even up. It's early, long season.
I know, but we love basketball, and it's just like, come on. Anyways, guys, we kept you long enough, and we got to pack. Our flight leaves in like
3 hours.
No, I'm trying to do the math. We have a really early flight out of Miami. We have not packed. I haven't washed my hair. We haven't eaten, so we got to get going. Again, for those coming to Chicago this weekend, I will be hosting an after party at Fat Pour's Tapworks at McCormick right after the Dolphins take on the Bears, celebrating our win just like we did at Baltimore. So come through right after the game. All is welcome. Even if you're a Bears fan, we'll celebrate with you. No cover charge, no fee. Just have a good time. Let's meet up after the game on Sunday. So until then, fins up, Bears down, go Heat, and we'll talk soon. Any last words?
That's it. Go Dolphins, baby.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Safe travels for those going to Chicago, and then we'll talk soon.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, guys.